Chair, it is 7 o'clock.
Okay. Oops. Hello, everyone. I'm calling the meeting to order. Okay. Okay, we'll start with the invocation, which will be given by Member Johnson, and followed with the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be given by Member Mann.
Everyone, please rise for a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll now have a roll call and determination of quorum.
Chair Odom,
Here.
Member Bandor,
Present.
Member Lewis, absent. Member Mann,
Present.
Member Johnson,
Present.
Member Brennan, absent. Quorum is met.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll now follow up with a swearing in of the officers and witnesses.
All right, if you plan to speak tonight, please stand and raise your right hand. Well, we had 2 respondents. All right, do you and each of you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to present shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you. We'll now have the reading of the consent agenda.
Good evening, Madam Chair. Welcome back.
Thank
And
you.
board members, I'm Doug Gaines, Assistant Director of Sport Services. We have 3 for dismissal or incompliance, and that's 2022-00262, 2022-00482, and 2022-00501. We thank those citizens. We have 3 for continuance to next month, the September meeting. That's 2022-00392, 2022-00432, and 2022-00539.
Chair, I'd like to take a moment just to recognize Member Brennan arrived for quorum.
Okay.
Have you,
Okay.
last week, Thursday.
Okay. Okay, welcome. Okay,
They introduced themselves.
okay,
Okay.
the consent.
Yeah. Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Yes,
I move that in cases 2022-00300 and case 2022-00525 be moved to the beginning of the agenda and then revert back to the original agenda, starting with case number 2022-00316, and then all subsequent cases.
okay.
Madam Chairperson, I second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion before the board. Aren't you also supposed to approve that it be,
Y'all are good so far. You're good so far.
okay. We have a motion before the board for the consent agenda. That case is case number 2022-00300 and case number 2022-00525 be moved to the front of the hearing, and then we'll proceed in the order. This was presented by Member Bander and second by Member Mann. I would take a vote. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Oppose? Okay.
Push the buttons. Push the buttons for the vote.
Forgot about that.
Okay. That, okay, motion passed. Okay.
Madam Chair, I'd also like to make a secondary motion, or a motion.
Yes.
to accept the consent agenda as presented by the city for the remaining.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I second that.
Okay, we have another motion before the board to accept the consent agenda as presented by Member Gaines. Motion made by Member Bander and seconded by Member Mann. All those in favor, push the vote. All opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay,
Take a little bit getting used to.
yes.
We'll
it
get used to
does.
it.
Okay. All righty. With that, we will now hear the first case before the board. It will be case number 2022-00300. And we do have a witness present for that, but we will hear from Officer Loeffler first.
Good evening.
Evening.
Case number 00300 is 470 Fort Collins Court. On May 3rd, 2022, this officer, in response to citizen-generated complaints, did observe construction in the form of converting a screen porch into an enclosed room. And that's visible in Exhibit A on the overhead there. Checks with the building department revealed that no permit existed or was applied for. On the same date, a violation notice was posted at the location and sent out certified delivery by the clerk to the property owners identified by county records for violation of Ordinance 51-13, permits required. On May 11th, 2022, the owner submitted a permit application to the building department for enclosed porch at back of house, 2 windows, 1 door, add outlets, insulate walls, and ceiling, and cover with sheetrock. On May 16th, 2022, the plans were rejected as not adequate for review, professionally drawn plans required. On May 17th, another non-approval for need to have a proper electrical diagram. On May 26th, non-approval, plan not adequate to review. Please submit a survey showing the proposed work, including distances of the work to the side and rear of the property lines. On June 17th, a statement and hearing notice to this meeting was sent out, certified delivery, and posted in the City Hall lobby with 24-hour public access. The property owner did contact the city regarding time extensions, which were needed and were provided, and the case was not presented at the June and July code enforcement hearings. As of this date, the last entries and activity regarding the building department is May 26. The property is in non-compliance at this time. No permits have been obtained, and the addition has not been returned to the original screen room configuration. The city is recommending a compliance time frame of 30 days and a fine amount of $50 per day for every day not in compliance with any issued orders.
Okay. Is there any questions? Are there any questions for this?
Yeah. Is there any more construction gone on since May 28th? Or May 27th?
I have not seen any, but the complainant reports it.
Construction still
Yes.
going on?
Okay. Excuse me. You said between May 3rd and between the first notice and June 17th, you indicated that there were, efforts were being made to get the permit.
Yes.
But it just keeps getting rejected.
Yeah.
And what-
For the reasons that I stated.
Are the individuals here?
Yes.
Yes.
Would you like to say something?
We,
Mr. Chairman?
just, I wanted to do them.
Oh, I'm sorry,
first, please.
Chairwoman wasn't,
But that's fine. Well, we can do it.
okay.
Come on.
Good evening. We did, got the notice, we came in and did the paper for the permit, but our problem has been that nobody was willing to take the work because they say the work is not big enough for the company. We found one, and I can show you the email if you like. Then this person gave me the plan Sunday, which was enough time for me to turn in Monday. But when I checked it, he didn't have a valid, stamp, which they said that they want a valid stamp. I was able to find one yesterday, but he is from Maitland, so he said he will need a little bit more time. I have also his information. He said he was willing to call tomorrow and inform the community that he is willing to take the work. Construction has not been going on after that, and inclusive, I actually have had problems with my neighbor because she actually told us to go back to Mexico, stop constructing and that. So the problem, she believes that we have been doing construction because our air conditioner stopped working. And my uncle knows how to fix the air conditioner, so he was trying to fix it because it was summer and we had the 3 girls at home. So it's really hot, so he was trying to fix it that night. So since then, she's been really bothering us and everything, but that we haven't, if you like, you can go see and everything, it's the same. We haven't changed anything at all.
And in addition, I haven't seen any either.
Okay.
I'm sorry, can you please state your name and address for the recording?
My name is Melissa Alvarez, and the address is 470 Fort Collins City.
Thank you.
So you're saying right now, no work has been done since you applied for the permits?
No, sir, it hasn't. Like I said, it has, both of them have assumed that there's work because, like I said, the AC was damaged and there has been some guys fixing it. And that's about it. But if you go
Code
in.
enforcement hasn't seen any work there.
No. Well,
I see in the picture here, you got some plywood and stuff out back. I hope that got picked up, did it?
I'm sorry?
All the plywood that's laying on the ground, did that all get cleaned up?
Oh, yeah, that has been cleaned up.
Yeah, otherwise it's gonna be rotted by now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like I said, I don't know, since then, we have been having problems with our
And you found
neighbors.
somebody to help you with the permitting now
Yes,
and the construction? He's gonna be doing the construction as well?
yes.
Okay.
Ma'am, how many permits have you applied for?
Just that one's just one. It was just wasn't approved because they actually need a professional drawing.
Okay, are you applying for building permit then?
Yes. Just-
What about electrical,
Yes, also they want 2 different plans, one electrical and one,
plumbing as well?
no, just electrical and just a closing porch.
Have you been able to secure somebody for building and electrical?
Yes, I was able today.
So the person who has agreed to work with you, have they given you ETA, a timeframe that they anticipate all of this can be done?
Not yet, but he said that he's gonna call tomorrow, actually, to the city of Ocoee and talk, and so y'all can be sure that he actually agrees for the work and everything. He said he was going to send me an email today with, he already told me the amount and everything, but he wasn't in his office today. So he wasn't able to call today, but he said he was gonna do it tomorrow, and we're gonna get an appointment, so when he can come and measure and do everything, the work that he needs to do. But if you like, I have the text. They're in English, so you can see them also.
He hasn't been to the house yet, though.
No, sir.
Okay, so what do you think, I mean, what would you like? An extension? I mean,
If it's
what-
possible, yeah. We just want to close the porch, but the garage, the porch, sorry, because one of the neighbors, our left neighbors, he usually does a little parties, and he's a single dad, and we have seen a lot of men watching when the girls are outside. So that kind of bothers us a little bit, truthfully. There's 3 little minor girls in there, and the one that we have a problem that told us to go back to Mexico is the one on our right. So there's a whole dilemma right there.
What the challenges we have, I have personally, is that we want to make sure that he gives you a date and that he comes when he says he's gonna come and completes the work. Because if we do give you an extension, then you see our dilemma, right? And that's what we want to avoid. I want to see if you can, seeing the text is one thing, but he needs to give you a definite when he's going to do the work and when it's going to be finished.
Yeah, like I said, he told me that he was gonna call me tomorrow,
Okay.
so he can come, and we'll make an appointment, so he can come measurement, and so I can know specifically a date and everything. And he was gonna call the city, so he will talk to whoever he needs to, just to make sure.
If I may interject, the city's looking for an issued, approved permit, which is good for 6 months, once you have it,
Okay,
so.
okay. Member Brennan, you had,
Yeah, two things. If you don't get the permit, you're gonna have to take this building down.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you understand that? Okay.
Yes, sir.
For the city, why $50 a day? That seems a lot higher than what we normally fine people for. Why 50 a day? Well, I mean, what was the reason for suggesting $50 a day?
Just because of the inactivity and the length of time.
But they did apply for permits, it's just been rejected. It's not like they
Right,
haven't done
and that's just a
anything.
recommendation. The board can do whatever you want.
right,
Well, I just want to
exactly.
make it a point to the
Okay.
board.
One other question. Now, your permit, your initial permit was denied because you need professional drawings.
Yes, ma'am.
This person that that's the only hindrance
Yeah.
at this point. Yeah, because it's a step process.
No, yeah, he has
First,
his-
you get the permit.
Yes, he
So
has.
is he going to get the drawings?
Yes, ma'am. He has his own company and everything, and his office is not here in Orange County. That's why but he was willing to do it. Like I said, I have the name of his company and everything if you like also.
Okay.
He's
Was
willing
he
to do
aware
both.
that, of the code violations and everything?
Yes, ma'am. I told him. He even asked me if that was a code violation and everything. I told him, and he said that's why he was willing to give the city of Ocoee a call so y'all can make sure that will do it right and that the process is actually doing what it's supposed to be doing, so the permit can get approved.
Okay.
I'm ready to make a motion.
Okay, well, is there any discussion?
Any more discussion?
This is kind of interesting in that this person has not been able to provide any definite, a time frame. But by the same token, it's clear now that she's aware that she has to have a permit. She's willing to do that.
I just want to make sure that he's capable of doing what he says he's going to do.
Yeah, like I said,
That's word of mouth, but, have you seen credentials that this gentleman is capable of doing this stuff? These things have to be posted with the city, and there's a time period on things. So he says tomorrow, but then if he doesn't, it's very imperative that he gets in contact with you as soon as possible.
yes, I understand. Like I said, because I don't know any architects personally, so I did my research and everything, and like I said, I couldn't find no one that was willing to do it here in Orlando because they say that the work is just too small. So I had to go outside Orlando to figure it out, and he said he's willing to do it, and he has his own company and everything.
But it's more on him in terms of
Yeah.
the work and being able to do it in a specific.
Way. I understand.
But ultimately, as Member Brennan stated, you understand the situation with whoever you're trying to get the drawings and such. If all that does not pan out, what the end result is returning this back to its original state. So you're 100% in understanding of that
Yes, I
final
do.
consequence if these things don't happen.
Yes.
Okay.
One thing that I might add is the city's not seeing any permits, and the officers aren't seeing any permits, so I would keep them in the loop, and let them know,
Okay.
no matter
I
what
will.
the ruling is this evening.
All right, I will.
Have you asked, for suggestions from the city as far as recommendations or anything for surveys or drawings?
I did, they didn't even actually had the survey on here. I actually had, to contact the person that sold me the house because, the lady that helped me out with the paper for the permit, she couldn't even find it on the record. So the lady that helped me out with the house did and everything, so we have
I'm sorry,
it.
I meant the engineering drawings to see. But I understand your dilemma here. The board, I'll entertain motions.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Yes.
I move that in case number 2022-00300, the respondent to be found in violation of the code as cited as of the compliance date of May 18th, 2022, and be given until September 26th, 2022, to come into compliance or be fined $25 per day for the violation until in compliance.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I second that motion.
Okay. Have a motion before the board, presented by Member Bandert in case number 2022-00300 and seconded by Member Mann, that the respondent be found in violation as of May 18th, 2022, and that they be given 30 days.
No, 34 days.
34 days, be given until September 26th to come into compliance, or otherwise be fined $25 per day until they are in compliance. Okay. Is there any discussion? Okay. Okay. Well, with that, we will take a vote, have a vote. All those in favor, press yes. Okay. Those opposed, press no. Okay, motion carries. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So, our next case to come before the board will be case number 2022-00525. It'll be presented by Officer Diaz, and we do have a witness, a respondent to speak. Okay.
Case number 2022-00525. Property address is 6 Sunset Key Court. On July 14, 2022, I received a complaint about the above-mentioned property. I inspected the property, and I observed trash and debris throughout the property and excessive overgrown grass and weeds. This is the picture on the screen when I went out to do the inspection on July 14th. On July 14, 2022, a notice of code violation was mailed to Nieto Jose Oscar Manzano at 700 Snowden Street, Ocoee, Florida, 34761, as identified by Orange County Property Appraisal, for the violation of ordinance number 115-3, the declaration of nuisance and menace about junk and debris. Also, for excessive weeds and grass growth. They were given until July 28th, 2022. On July 29, 2022, I re-inspected the property, finding it not in compliance with the city. On August 10th, 2022, the property in the City Hall was posted with a notice of hearing to this board meeting. And these are the pictures as of today. All the way down, all the way down.
All the way down, okay.
Do it if you want me to. So there we go. Yes, that's That's the front of the house. There's the debris. More debris. And this is the condition of the property, and it's not in compliance with the city as of today. We are recommending $25 per day and 14 days for it to come into compliance.
Okay.
Is the house occupied?
It is occupied by a tenant, yes.
Okay.
Have you spoken to anyone at the property personally?
I have spoken to the owner, and the owner is here today to speak to you in reference to the property.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Well, no one has any more questions for Officer Diaz, then we will have the owner come and speak, if you can.
One question for Officer Diaz. Were you, I didn't catch this, but were you able to speak with the current tenant?
No, sir. The times I've been out to the property has been in the daytime, and they seem that they work, so they have not been on the property.
I understand. Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay, sir, if you'll approach the podium and state your name and address for the record.
Yes, I'm Oscar Manzano Nieto, address 700 Northern Street, Ocoee. So there is no excuse, obviously, that's a shame. You turn around and this is what happened. So Officer Carmen, she might be on the place earlier today. I stopped by before I came to this meeting, and they already cut the grass. They're working on getting those plywood out. So, and that was my bad. I saw that letter that I received, and I told the guy, say, I know you guys working. I know it's hard. So I need all this stuff before the 28th. I was thinking that meeting was on the 28th of this month. And then my wife called me and said, hey, you got a hearing today. I'm like, no, it's on the 28th. So I look at the pictures, and yes, it's today. So, but like I said, before I came, they're already working on that. I mean, there is no excuse. I have pictures of it if you guys like to see it. Yeah?
Yes.
Yes, like I say, I stopped before I came.
We don't, excuse me, guys, we really don't need to see the pictures. Give them 15 days, and if it's not fixed, Carmen will take care of it.
Well, we will, I've got to see what he's going to say.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, it looks awesome.
Okay. Officer Diaz, when was the last time that you checked the property?
This morning.
This morning?
Yes.
So they did it
Yes.
after.
And there was a lady that approached me and said, I'm cutting it today, but I'm
Okay.
coming to the hearing tonight. My view of it is overgrown,
Exactly, okay.
but apparently they did do it, yeah.
Mr. Nito, with the 2 weeks at the recommendation, would that be enough time to finish everything?
Yes, that'll be plenty of time. Like I say, that wasn't me. I told them, I mean, they work every day. They don't get back until late. So, but they're working on it.
As a
Maybe,
landlord, I mean, you know, I'm a landlord myself, and I know with my tenant, I have a lease, and I put specifically that you have to maintain the grounds. Do you have that kind of understanding with them?
My wife, she handles all that, and she tells me every time, you need to do something about it. We need to whether hire somebody ourselves to go and do the maintenance, and we just take the rent more higher, you know. But I'm a hardhead. I'm not listening. So she's mad about it. So
Well,
I mean,
it's-
it's my first time came here, and like I say, it's a single guy, so it is hard for him to like do all these things. But eventually, he's gonna have to whether hire somebody to do it, or I'm gonna hire, or he's just getting out.
Yeah, we would hate to see you come back in here.
Yes.
If there's no understanding that it must be maintained.
It has to
So,
be maintained, yes.
okay,
All right, Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
okay.
In case number 2022-00525, we found the respondent in violation of the code as cited as of July 28th, 2022, and be given until September 6th, 2022, to come into compliance or be fined $25 a day per violation until found in compliance.
Okay, did you say September 6th?
September 6th, 14 days.
Okay,
Mrs. Chairwoman,
yes.
I'd like to make a motion, second that motion. Mr. Brando.
Okay, I have a motion before the board in case number 2022-00525. A motion made by member Bander and seconded by member Mann, stating that the respondent be found in violation as of July 28th, 2022, and that he be given until September 6th to come into compliance, or be fined $25 per day per violation until he's in compliance. Is there any discussion on this motion? If not, we'll have a vote. All those in favor, press yes. Oppose? Okay. Motion carries. Okay. Thank you. Mhm. Okay, with that, we will now revert back to the order of our cases, and the next case we have is case number 2022-00316, and it will be presented by Officer Diaz.
Case number 2022-00316, 17 Cedar Key Court in Ocoee. On May 2nd, 2022, I received a complaint about the above-mentioned property. I inspected the property, and I observed a tarp attached to the mobile home without a permit. On May 4th, 2022, the notice of code violation was mailed to Medina Sandra and Medino Sergio at 110 Burnt Tree Court, as identified by Orange County Property Appraisal by violation of ordinance number 51-13. Permits required. There it is. So there's a tarp.
Okay.
They were given until May 23rd, 2022. On May 24th, 2022, I re-inspected the property, finding it not in compliance with the city. On July 21st, 2022, the property in City Hall was posted with a notice of hearing to this board meeting. And as of today, this property is not in compliance with the city. This is the tarp. I haven't gotten a response from the owner, tenant, no one.
Okay, this is, okay, obviously they're using it for shade. And you need a.
Attaching it to the mobile home, right?
Okay, and you need a permit for that, huh?
In front of the house, yes. Anything
Okay.
attached to it, you need a permit.
I did not know that.
So is the violation cited 5113, is that, that's just, it's
Permits
dealing with
required
permits
for-
for
yes.
an assortment of
Correct.
violations? So, and because it's attached to the house, if it was not attached to the house,
If it was then would it be a temporary structure? It would be movable, like you do birthdays and you put them out there. And it could
Okay.
be moved, but it is attached. And I've been going out since May, and it's been out there the whole time.
And you have you had an opportunity to speak with anyone?
No one, no one, no one, no one.
Okay.
is there a level of attachment? And what I mean by that is like a permanent attachment, or it's just up there on some stickies type of attachment? Is there a differentiation?
Because it's been up there a little while, but, I just seen it, it's a complaint, people are say it doesn't make the properties look very good, it just looks tacky, it looks bad, especially because now if it was in the back, you know, the city does allow like those temporary structures to be there in the back, but not in the front of the property.
Cedar Key Court.
Officer Diaz, have you, has the city have a fine and date for
We
this to be
do,
complete?
yes. Recommendation is $25 per day for 14 days to come into compliance, or 14 days to come into compliance.
Okay, so September 6th.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Okay, yes.
In case number 2022-00316, I found the respondent in violation of the code as cited as of May 23rd, 2022, and given until September 6th, 2022 to come in compliance or be fined $25 per day for the violation until found in compliance.
Okay,
Mr. Chairwoman, I'd like to second that motion.
okay. We have a motion before the board in case number 2022-00316. Motion made by member Bander and seconded by member Mann. We find that the respondent is in violation as of May 23rd, 2022, and that the respondent be given until September 6th to come in compliance or be fined $25 per day until found in compliance. If there's any discussion on this motion?
I have one thing. Mr. Mears, my vote thing is still lit up before we do the vote.
Okay. Okay.
This was in May, why are we now hearing about it in August? Missed June, missed July.
Yeah.
Did that do it?
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's it.
Question I have is, if this is violated in May, what happened to June, July's meetings? I mean, why are we hearing about it now in August?
We had continuances. I was out in June or July, so they were continued. The cases were continued. We had other things going on in the city.
But it's not that they asked for more time or anything like that?
sir. No.
Okay, all right.
And I gave them plenty of time to come through. The clerk sent the mail. We haven't received anything.
Okay. Okay, if there isn't any other discussion, we'll have a vote on the motion. All those in favor, press yes. Oppose? Okay, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next case to come before the board is case number 2022-00440, presented by Officer Loeffler.
That's good.
Case number 004402609 Horn Lake. On June 22nd, this officer, in response to a citizen-generated complaint, did observe a large car front bumper cover along the side of the house, clearly visible from the street. On the same date, a violation notice was posted at the location and sent out certified service by the clerk to the property owners, Renee and Monique Joseph, as identified by official records, for violation of Ordinance 108-24D sanitation requirements, with the bumper being car part debris along the side of the house, and that's prohibited. The owners were given until July 1st to comply with the code as cited. The violation notice was signed, received on June 24th, the certified delivery. On July 2nd, the location was re-inspected and found non-compliant. On August 11th, 2022, a statement and hearing notice to this meeting was posted at the location and in the City Hall lobby with 24-hour public access and sent out certified service by the clerk. The hearing notice, certified delivery was signed, received on August 15th. As of this date, the violation remains uncorrected. The city's recommending a 15-day compliance time frame and $15 per day for any amount of time after the board's orders expire.
Okay, I have a question. This is the only picture that you have?
Yeah,
You know, could be I've been doing too much gardening, but that was the first thought that came to mind. I'm thinking that they're using it as a gardening.
oh, no, no.
No, that couldn't be it though, huh?
Yeah, that is the only picture I took. It has a license plate on it, though, and it has moved around a little bit, but it's still there.
Doesn't say I garden on it or anything.
No, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Madam Chairman, I'd like to make a motion.
Oh, sorry.
Just one moment.
Just have a question, Fred. Is there an HOA involved?
Not, the HOA is not the complainant to me, no, sir.
Okay, but there is an HOA for this property?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And do we,
Yep.
is there, I mean, in the situation of an HOA, should they complain to the HOA first before coming to the city? I mean, is that,
There's no law for that, and a lot of our complainants are HOAs.
Yeah, the HOA would complain. Right.
This is that small neighborhood that's off of Claricona. It's kind of attached to both Sawmill and the other one that's right there on Claricona. It's just a little loop. It's separate.
okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Now, if, to resolve this could be something as simple
Yes.
as them moving the bumper to the garage, correct?
Exactly.
Or the
Okay.
backyard.
And you have not had contact with anyone?
And they definitely signed for both the proof of services.
That is so interesting. Okay,
Madam Chair, I'd like to make that motion.
okay.
Case number 2022-00440. I find that the respondent is to be found in violation of the code as cited as of July 1st, 2022, and be given until September 7th, 2022, to come into compliance or be fined $15 for the violation until found in compliance.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion before the board, presented by Member Bander, and I do need a second.
I second that motion, Madam Chairwoman.
Okay, and seconded by Member Mann. In case number 2022-00440, that the respondent be found in violation as of July 1st, 2022, and that they be given until September 7th to come into compliance or be fined $15 per day until found in compliance. If there's any discussion, then we will vote. All those in favor? Okay. Oppose? Okay, motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, the next case, the final case to come not. The next case to come before the board is case number 2022-00510, presented by Officer Loeffler.
Right there. Not trying to make anyone dizzy. I'm just- Case number 00510, 2500 Twisting Sweet Gum. This involves just the backyard, and there's no fence, and it's visible from the street. On July 11th, 2022, this officer, in response to a citizen-generated complaint, did observe overgrown and tall weeds and grass in the backyard of an occupied dwelling. On the same date, a violation notice was posted at the location and sent out certified service by the clerk to the property owners, Progress Residential of Scottsdale, Arizona, as identified by official records, for violation of Public Nuisance Ordinance 115-3, which prohibits excessive weed and grass growth. The property owners were given until July 21 to correct the violation. On July 22, the location was checked and found non-compliant. On August 11th, 2022, a notice of hearing and statement to this hearing date was sent out certified delivery by the clerk, posted at the location, and posted in the City Hall lobby with 24-hour access. Those were signed received also by the property owner in Scottsdale, Arizona. As of this date, the property remains non-compliant. The city's recommending a compliance timeframe of 15 days and an amount of $15 per day for every day not in compliance with any issued orders. I've had no contact with the tenants.
Okay, but someone does live there.
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Loeffler, the pictures are a little deceiving. Is that the front corner of the house we're looking at there?
That's the side.
Well, in the top picture right there with your mirrors involved in it, that's the front of the house, right?
That right there is the front. That's the side.
It looks like they mowed the front,
Yes, the front is well maintained.
and partway down the side, up to about 8 feet away from the house,
Yes.
did the mow break, or did they just stop, or?
Yep. And the neighbor's not happy.
Well, the neighbor's not happy. Okay. And that's the thing.
That's interesting.
And your recommendations is 15 days, $15.
Yes, ma'am. Just because it's so easy to correct.
Yeah.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Yes.
In case number 2022-00510, the respondent be found in violation of the code as cited as of July 21st, 2022, and be given until September 7th, 2022, to come into compliance or be fined $15 for the violation until found in compliance.
Madam Chair, I second that motion.
Okay. One discussion that I have,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, I'm a little concerned that the amount is low. I agree, 15 days.
Right.
But not knowing whether this is, it appears to be a landlord tenant issue. And I don't know who mowed the front, but we need to be firm with, if you're going to have property, then you have a responsibility to make sure that it's maintained. Based on that, I would like to see a higher, maybe even $25.
Okay, so,
Okay,
so you,
So I actually was thinking the same thing, and I referred back to case 00525, where it was a 14-day, $25. However, there were 2 violations.
right.
25 per day, per violation.
yeah. That's right.
Agreed.
One of the things that I, as a realtor, and that I've come to understand, no one is going to take care of your property like the homeowner. So if they're renting it out, they need to understand that does not, relieve them of their responsibility.
I would agree with that, because the other case, it was a rental property as well.
Yeah, I just don't understand how they would leave that, for what reason? I mean, the extra time it takes to just It's just.
It
makes
could
sense.
very well have been the tenant that he figured just have to do the front. I'm not doing the side, but that's between the tenant and the owner. You work that out, but you have to abide by the ordinance,
Well,
you know.
if you give him 15 days, and he's still in violation by the time we come back next month, he's gonna have paid $225 in fines. That's 15 days at $15 a day. That's a lot. If you double that, you're talking about maybe, what, $300 or so for $25 a day?
The
You know,
mo-
one of the things as a landlord, you know, it's a responsibility. It's a responsibility. And the way they're going to, you know, what makes it stick is when you do have to pay. But chances are, they'll get it taken care of. And if they're looking at a fine, you know, if it's higher enough, they're looking at a fine, they'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
$225 is a significant amount.
The motion
I
as is,
What's
makes the fine not start until after the 15 days. So the 16th day would be the first fine of $15. So it's not,
By the time we come back to the next meeting,
Okay.
another 15 days has gone by. That's $225 in fines. The motion stands right now at $15, right?
I got caught up in this. Did we get a second on that or no?
Yes,
We did.
member
We
man.
did, we did.
Okay.
But I see what the chairwoman is saying, too. Now that she brought that up. You want to make it clear that, you know, this is a serious matter. $15 a day is $225, but $250 is pretty significant. But 500 is very significant.
Enough to make them know that it's serious.
I don't know.
So,
So if somebody wants to knock it down, I mean. it's up to
Well,
okay, I'm just going to, we'll vote.
Because we have to vote on it. And then
I know.
If nobody votes, then.
Okay, we will have a vote on the motion as it stands. The respondent be found in violation as of July 21st, 2022, and be given until September 7th to come into compliance or be fined $15 per day until found in compliance. All those in favor, push yes. Opposed, push no. Okay, motion pass. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, the next case to come before the board is case number 2022-00523, and it will be presented by Officer Diaz.
Thank you. Property address is 402 South Cumberland Avenue in Ocoee. The case number is 2022-00523. On July 14, 2022, I received a complaint about the above-mentioned property. I inspected the property and I observed the fence slots down, leaving the swimming pool exposed, overgrown grass and weeds. On July 14, 2022, a notice of code violation was mailed to 2017-2 IH, which stands for Innovation Homes. Borrower LP at 1717 Main Street, Suite 2000, Dallas, Texas, 75201-4657, as identified by Orange County Property Appraisal, for the violation of ordinance number 115-3, which is the declaration of a nuisance and menace because of the excessive weeds and grass growth. Also, 95-3 is the fence maintenance. They were given until July 25th, 2022. On July 26th, 2022, I re-inspected the property, finding it not in compliance with the city. On August 10th, the property in City Hall was posted with a notice of with the notice of hearing to this board meeting. And as of today, the property is not in compliance. I want to show you some pictures. This is the fence that is down, that's the overgrown grass. This is the inside of the property. There is a pool here that is starting to turn black. Let me see the other pictures that I got here. This is the front of the property. This is heading towards the door, driveway and the door. Today, I made a phone call. I called utilities requesting if they had any information, who. I was getting no response from the tenant, the owner. I know there's a tenant there because of the neighbor. I wasn't getting no information. So I got a number. I called. They called me back. I talked to a Cameron. I said, Cameron, the property is doing really bad. We have an exposed pool. I told him what's going on. Who can you refer me to take care of this? So he says, all right, I'm going to get that person. I'm going to talk to them, and they'll give you a call. They did call me. So then they started to say, no, that fence doesn't belong to us. That fence may belong to the other owner. I says, okay. So I went back out to the property, spoke to the neighbor. This fence is attached to that house. That is the house with the overgrown grass and the pool in the back. And the fence is leaning towards inside the pool. I asked the tenant next door, or the owner next door, what happened to the fence? You know, do you know? He's like, yeah, there was a storm, fell over. I told Innovation Homes. So they said, well, I see it here in front of me. I have an order to have the grass cut and something about the fence. So he was arguing me with the fence. So I have an email for him. So as soon whatever the order is tonight, I will be emailing him that to let him know what the outcome is, hoping that this will be taken care of. I was very expressive about the non-maintenance, the pool black, the fence down, and this is ongoing. This is the second time I go out to the property, and this is the problems I'm having there.
Okay. What are your recommendations?
The recommendations for this property is $100 a day and giving 10 days to come into compliance.
Okay. Now, you said it's a tenant there. This is another
There is,
landlord.
Yes, there is a tenant according to the neighbor. I've never seen them, they've never responded to me, the postings or anything. And I asking $100 per day per violation.
Okay, and.
Because it is Innovation Homes.
Okay. Do you feel like there's some kind of abatement need to be done?
Only because there is a tenant in the property, we can't do abatement. Yeah. They're gonna, I truly believe they're gonna take care of it. I'm hoping it's a company that is renting it out. And it was just the process of, I'm believing it's paperwork. But I did talk to the guy, and I took pictures of the fence to prove to him this does belong to you guys. Because there are studs in there that are new, the posts, new posts. So they rented it out this year. So they redid a little bit of the fence.
Okay. Now, you said $100 per day. What's the
Per
timeline?
violation.
10 days.
10 days?
10 days.
Okay.
Question.
Okay, yes.
What is violation 95-3? Is it an exposed pool or is it a fence down?
No, sir, that is fence maintenance, the maintenance of the fence. The pool, when I was there the first time, on July 14th, the pool had not been turning black yet. So I did not
Well, I see
cite
this-
the pool. I did cite the grass, I cited the fence because now the pool is exposed. But now
Well,
it's getting black. and
With the
green.
fence down, the pool is exposed, but it does have a screen around the outside, so
It
it still
does
is
have
an
a screen.
enclosed structure.
It does have a screen on it.
So there's no violation for an exposed pool, just for
There is
the
no
fence down.
violation cited for the pool, no. But it is for the fence down and the grass.
Okay.
Okay, any more questions or comments? Then I'll entertain a motion.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion
Yes.
in case number 2022-00523. We find the respondent to be found in violation of the code as cited as of July 25th, 2022, and given until September 2nd, 2022, to come into compliance or be fined $100 per day per violation until found in compliance.
Okay. And,
Madam Chairwoman, I'd like to second that motion.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion before the board in case number 2022-00523 that the respondent be found in violation as cited as of July 25th to 2022. Too many twos. And that the respondent be given until September 2nd, 2022, to come in compliance or be fined $100 per day per violation until found in compliance. Is there any discussion before we vote? If not, all those in favor, push yes. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And our final case to come before the board will be case number 2022-00418, presented by Officer Loeffler.
Well, I'm happy to report full compliance.
Fantastic.
And I want to add, spectacular. They sodded, I don't know if you remember the heavy erosion coming down the hill and into the storm drain system, so it looks beautiful now. But,
This is the one where they had the car parked in the
yes,
yard?
so they ignored the stormwater department. The violation notice didn't work. The notice of hearing didn't work. However, the board's orders when they arrived in the mail were very effective. That's just the way it works sometimes.
Fantastic. All righty. Okay, so no action on that one. This is a good one. All righty. Well, with that, we will now proceed with
Finished up?
comments. If there's any comments, starting with you, Member Brennan.
I like our new setting, this is very nice. I know where this, is that the entrance here, park in the back? Is the parking in the back generally for it?
You can park out front also. On McKee, you can park on, McKee, Blueford, Oakland, any one of them. And the doors automatically lock and unlock, so they'll unlock it 15 minutes before, and they locked at 7:45, I believe.
One more thing, is this televised still?
Not yet, we don't have the televised yet. Right now, we're live streaming and recording. Next meeting, it should be broadcast. We're waiting on Spectrum to iron out a few things.
Fun stuff. Good luck with that. Okay, comments?
No, I have nothing tonight, Madam Mayor.
Okay. What about you, Member Bender?
Glad to have you back, and love the new building. I love these little screens up front. This is great. Don't have to crank your neck around to look at these. Appreciate all the photos that the officers have taken. So, yeah, so far it looks pretty positive. Thank you.
I have a few things. One is, it's great to have you back.
Thank you.
It's good to see you, hear the sound of your voice, and this is a great place. It's very nice. Second of all, I'd like to say around the areas of Prairie Lake and what is that? Ancient Oaks. There's a bear. There's a sighting twice yesterday, and he's pretty big too. Black bear. So just for that information, but yeah. It's, one woman caught him on the camera going right. Oh, you saw, yeah, it was two, yeah. So that's it, and thank you, officers, for doing such a great job. I appreciate you. And Mr. Gates, and Mr. Mercer.
Okay, Member Johnson?
So apparently the black bear is making his rounds because he was in our neighborhood.
Get out of here.
Oh, my.
And he, of course, it was the evening of trash pickup,
Of course.
and he politely, on someone else's nest, picked up or dropped over the can and politely took out the trash bag and started walking with it.
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
Thankfully, it wasn't ours, and as
hopefully.
when I woke up in the morning and saw the post, I was like, oh, glad it was not my house.
Yeah, hopefully you won't get a taste for it.
He is definitely, but you know, he was very. I think people may be feeding him because he was. I mean, he walked through our neighborhood like he had a house in our neighborhood, and he was out for an evening
Yes.
stroll.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, but I'd also like to echo. It's great to see you back, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
I mean, I think it's been a while.
yeah, 2 months.
So welcome
yeah.
back.
Thank you.
And it's exciting to be in the new building. So, and thank you to the officers.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Justin?
One, to bring to the board's attention the November and December meetings. November, as in the calendar, would be November 22nd. Thanksgiving is that Thursday, November 24th. And then December is similar. Christmas is actually on that weekend. So Christmas would be Sunday, December 25th, and then our code board meeting would be Tuesday, December 27th, if we determine to have it and if we expect to have quorum. So if the board was planning to cancel those meetings, we can either discuss this next month, or if you knew your plans and wanted to cancel them now, that would also be accepted. But we are looking for guidance on whether we expect to have those meetings or not, as we will start posting for them shortly.
Okay.
And in my 12 years here, we've never had a meeting in December because so many people are out and traveling.
Exactly, yeah. That's the one that I can say with certainty we probably will do without. But how about if we table November's and speak on that next month?
I believe because it is in the calendar, we would need a motion to physically, or to officially cancel the meeting. But we can do both those next month if you prefer.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And then for anyone who think they may have some, I mean, they can check their plans for Thanksgiving and provide us some more insight next month. Okay. Okay, what about comments from Officer Loeffler?
No, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Gaines,
Welcome back,
thank you.
Ms. Odom. And welcome to the new digs, everybody. We're getting used to it, and you guys are experts already, past us. I did want to introduce you guys to our new code officer. It's Jesse Toby. He's in the back here.
Okay.
He started on Monday. He transferred over from the utilities department, who's going to be a great asset to the code officer position.
He's got the bear sector.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's your first job. Go get rid of that beer.
I can barely stand it.
And then finally, Officer. Thank you.
Mr. Gaines, any date when they're going to take down the other building?
I have not heard. They keep on sending me over there to collect things here and there. Hopefully today was my last time.
Oh, my God.
Probably in the next couple months. I don't think they want it falling on its own. I think the fire department is going to use it for training. PD might use it for some training. Get some value out of it.
Well, I want to thank everyone for the warm welcome. Well, to think that they might tear that building down, I would miss that building. I'm not a big proponent of change, although I know that's the one thing that we can all count on. But I love that little building. I love zipping up in that little parking lot. I mean, this is nice. This is nice. And I know we'll get used to it, but I'm still kind of stuck on the little building. Yeah. But it is nice to be back. It's nice to see all of you guys, and I mean literally see you. And I'm looking forward to, working here with everyone in the new digs, okay? And want to welcome you. Go get that bear right now. So, thank you. And with that, if there's nothing else, the meeting is adjourned. There we go. Oh, my goodness.
Good meeting.
Yes, yes.